Okay, yo, my fault, LIF fam. If this is your first experience with listening is fundamental, bro, my bad. It's a learning curve. Just a young creative learning how to work the internet. And I did not have $20 to spare right now for Zoom. So hopefully I can put this in the same video, but if not, it's gonna be a part two. So we left off, if you left off at the last video, we were briefly trying to run through the days of the film festival, but we're gonna circle back and go from each day. I know I was telling her she did left off talking about Barbara O, which we're gonna get to because I'm really excited to talk about Barbara O, who is actually Barbara O. Jones from Dayton Connection. I don't know. I don't
Maybe y'all
know.
might be family.
Yeah, I don't really know. So I gotta do my research ancestry on that. But yes, the Dayton Black Women's Film Festival is third year, May 21st through May 24th. And then the theme of this year is Black women educating through film. Talk a little bit about that theme. We talked a little bit about the education side and all that, but talk a little bit about the theme and you choosing that for this year.
Absolutely. I went about choosing that thing just based on what I have learned from Black women by watching their films, by being a fan of their work, things I've learned about myself, things I've learned about other topics. In particular, one of our one of the films that we're showing is a documentary about the Black people who moved to the Appalachian Mountains after slavery was ended and how they
Ooh,
established their own space and island and land for themselves.
wow.
So just different things like that. I
Yeah.
always find so beautiful. All of our work gets so overlooked. Even last year, this film that I screened called Seeds that premiered at Sundance. It won Best Documentary at Sundance, and it won numerous awards. Seeds by Brittany Shine, who's also from Dayton, by the way, and is also a
Okay,
right.
come on, Dayton.
Dayton, Black women don't play when it comes to filmmaking from Dayton.
Yeah.
So Brittany Shine, her film played last year. We had the Dayton premiere. We're so blessed to have the Dayton premiere of Seeds, and it went all the way to be shortlisted at the Oscars, which means that she got into like the finals of being nominated for an
Wow.
Oscar for Best Documentary, which is a huge deal. So Brittany Shine, her film Seeds is about generations of farmers in the United States that are Black, that get overlooked, that don't get grants, that don't get funding to keep their land growing and to
Yeah.
keep farming and keep their jobs. Stuff I never knew about. I didn't even know there were Black farmers generationally that have been trying that. They go to the White House, they protest, they vote on bills, they try their hardest to make sure that they're able to maintain the jobs that they have. And I would have never known about any of that if it wasn't for Brittany Shine's film Seed. So just that's just an example of how I feel Black women have been griots of uh, storytelling when it comes to how we make movies, how we write scripts, and who we choose to tell stories about.
Yeah.
Another film that we had shown last year called Saving Jackie that also premiered at Sundance was about the foster care system and the effects of the crack epidemic in our community.
Wow.
Our films are never just minimized to, not that this is a bad movie, like I actually enjoy it. Um, to knock up or a 40-year-old virgin, or we never get to
Mhm.
have fun. We don't have the
Yeah,
privilege of
right, right,
having
right,
fun through
right.
filmmaking like white filmmakers do. We just don't have that. We don't get to have a 13 going on 30, but we do have a Just Another Girl in the IRT about a Black girl who gets pregnant as a teenager and has to navigate what that looks like in her world. Does she keep her baby? Does she explore things with her partner? Our lives are different. The manners that are put on us are so different than they are
Right.
people outside of our race. So of course our creativity in filmmaking is going to look completely different. So I feel like all of our work is educational. I feel like the films that we
Yeah.
do make do explore topics that are usually not taught to other people. They do make you walk in that person's shoes or someone else's shoes. Or that's the best way that I can explain my inspiration for it. I don't think I've ever watched a film by a Black woman director and not either been inspired or taught a new topic or educated on something that I never knew before.
That's awesome. And even what you're saying, like, you know, in film, and it is anything you do as a Black person, you don't really get to, like, you or be fun when it comes to film, or kind of be mediocre, you know what I mean? But something like film, I think it's a place to where you can have that creativity that goes on so many different levels. And it doesn't always have to be, you know, Black struggle, Tyler Perry. But,
Talk
you know,
about it. Yeah. And in our struggle, there is absolute a beautiful or a bliss of creativity that can flourish from it. Black Panther within itself is a film, you know, that Ryan Coogler directed. It's a struggle, but it doesn't feel like a struggle for me. It feels beautiful. It feels blissful. There's a fight in between, you know, what's good and what's bad, or what's moral, what's not moral. But at the end of it, we get to experience something that we've never experienced before, which is Black futurism or Afrofuturism.
yeah.
Um, Even with Sinners, that was just released last year. Um, can you hear them? I'm so sorry. They
No, I
are
actually cannot. I cannot hear them. No, you're fine.
they're driving me crazy.
You're
So
fine.
with even Sinners, that's a struggle. Speaking of, you know, Jim Crow South,
Right.
when it comes to owning your own for us,
Right.
by us, something Black owned, something that celebrates us. That's a beautiful story. Is there struggle in there? Yeah, but you don't feel it. So we can definitely make and honor that part of ourselves that are beautiful without, you know, smothering out the bloody or the muddy details. But the bloody and the muddy details aren't everything to our
Yeah,
story. And I think that's
exactly.
where a lot of, like, and some films get lost in the sauce, because why are we focusing on the pain more than the
Yeah.
pleasure or the beauty of what it means to be Black?
Yeah.
And I think Black women, we effortlessly, when it comes to filmmaking. You know, a lot of people don't like Love and Basketball, but I did a 25th
Uh-huh.
anniversary screening of it last
Yeah.
year. I love Love and Basketball, but not for the reasons that most people think. Oh, it's a love story. It's this. I love Quint. What's his name? Q, Monica, whatever. I love the shot. I love that a Black woman made a film so structured that it got a nation. Okay, that never happened. She made a film that was so crispy through and through when it came to composition that people said, you have to see this. Industry, New Line Cinema, they said you have to see this film. So I think when it comes to even the pain that's in that movie, that the
Yeah.
protagonist experiences in that movie, it's just blissful. I don't know. We just we do everything so effortlessly. I really think Black women are some of the greatest storytellers, period, ever. There's not a
Yeah.
better storyteller than a Black.
Yeah. I'll agree with you on that. And I'm really excited to see how this theme comes out and comes to life within the film festival. I mean, as we talked about a little bit, you will be showing your film, You Changed Me, one of my favorite short films. I think just slightly behind Zohali, because just the
Wow.
thought of obliterating these white men, it's just
Yes,
something that I just connect with on a real deep
it was healing. It
level.
was healing to make it. I mean, it was
Yeah.
healing to. I don't think I've ever seen, outside of Pam Grier in Black exploitation films, Foxy Brown, whatever. I don't think I've ever seen a Black woman use power to kill white men. And so it really
Yeah.
was just a freeing experience to make a film like Zohali. And so I'm glad you enjoy it, because when I show it to white audiences or my classmates when I made the film, oh, they cringe. But
I
the
bet they
people who
did.
know what it's about, they can appreciate the work that it really is. I love Zohali. That's one of my favorites too.
Yeah. And I actually got to meet your lead actress in that. It was the craziest thing. I was at work and I'm looking, I'm like, yo, I know that ain't Zohali right there. I got a flick with her. I was very starstruck. And I think that was kind of like right after I saw it. I'm like, man, what is going on right now?
That's funny, but exciting too. She's fantastic. I really loved her in that part.
Yeah, she did awesome. So that was a great film. Also, you will be having a guest day one, Christine Swanson, who is a very popular
Yes,
director. Some things that she was able to direct, Albany Road, which features one of my favorite Black TV movies, Lynn Whitfield, the Clark
heck
Sisters,
yeah,
and All About You. Just a few things that she did. So she will be present and also will be doing a Q&A during that. So kind of
yes.
talk about how that selection and that came to be, because that's awesome.
Yes. Oh, I'm so excited about Christine Swanson. First of all, she's so sweet, so down to earth. She really has oh my gosh, she has a resume out of this world. And I think she's one of those people that people don't pay a lot of attention to for whatever reason. I don't know. She's done a lot. Even one of her films is celebrating, I believe, maybe 30 years this year. That I think is a credible love story. I want to say it's called Something About You. Now I want to look it up. It's such a good movie. But but anyhow, so she is an incredible filmmaker. And one of the women that are on my board on my team, she happens to know Christine Swanson because her daughter was in one of her films. And Christine heard about the film festival and asked us if she could show the premiere of her film, Basement People, which
No
will be playing
way.
at American Black Film Festival and Martha Vineyard's Film Festival. It's going to be playing all over, and we get to have the Ohio premiere of the Basement People. I'm so sorry. Can you hear that?
I did hear that one, but that's okay.
Okay,
That's okay.
sorry.
That's
You
okay.
guys, you gotta move and go sit down. Okay, go over there, please. Um, Cypress. Okay, so sorry to LIF audiences.
No, you're fine.
Maybe
They
this will be
they
birth
hear much
control for you.
worse.
I was super honored that she wanted us to show her film. Like I said, it'll be the Ohio premiere of Basement People. And is he okay? Is he okay? Yeah, God had to sit him down because he was doing the most, and it didn't even affect him. Uh, so, she, like I said, is very sweet and wanted to show her film here. It's incredible. The film is so good. You're gonna enjoy it so much. And I'm super excited for everybody here to see it. She'll be here for Q&A, and I think she's really great with engaging with audiences. And yeah, I hope people come and ask her as many questions. You know, she's great to learn from. Dayton Black Women's Film Festival did a workshop with her last year where she taught, and that was really incredible. So yeah, it's really whenever you're in the presence of somebody like Christine Swanson, it's a master class, and I'm super excited for people to see the premiere of her film. Basement People, it's gonna be so good.
Exciting. And like you said, she will be there for a Q&A. So anybody who knows anybody in the film world or anything like that, this is a great opportunity to learn from people who are in the field making big moves. So that is super exciting. And I'm really excited for that. And then we also talked a little bit about day 2 will be the Black Women in Film Workshop. Another thing that you're doing that is edifying the Black community. So I think that that is great. Why did you decide to dedicate a whole day of the festival to doing workshops?
So the workshop part came along from one of my team members saying that we should try to do something interactive. And I thought about the fact that some festivals, well, quite a lot of festivals do offer like interactive workshops or different things for the audiences to get involved. If people who are coming who want to be filmmakers, want to learn something about screenwriting, directing, whatever. And I reached out to the Dayton Metro Library to see if that could be a possibility. And they reached right back out to us and, you know, offered us a collaboration where they pay us to come and do a workshop.
Ooh,
so
that's awesome.
last year, you know, didn't give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Can you stop
No, you're fine,
recording? Because
gang.
I got to
Yeah,
check my
my
kids
fault.
because I
Yeah.
can't focus myself.
Okay, brief pause, but we were discussing the film workshop that you're having with the Dayton Metro Library on day 2.
Yes, absolutely. I'm super excited about it. Like I was saying, it was one of my team members' ideas for us to get the audience more involved and do something interactive. And other film festivals do workshops and things like that. They offer them to audiences coming in because it's a whole weekend thing. So I wanted to think of a thing to fill up the weekend that wasn't just another screening. So we came up with the great idea of doing a workshop. As soon as I reached out to the Dayton Metro Library, shout out to Tanayla Hicks, by the way. She is actually grew up in our church, our family church, Revival Center Ministry. She grew up in our church. Her mother is Sister Fowler. So imagine the irony. Yes, Sister Fowler. Imagine the irony of her, you know, seeing my name and seeing what I was doing. And she was like, we have to do this. And she has
Oh, she
literally,
does work with the Dayton Metro. Okay, it's
she
okay. Look
does.
at
And
God.
literally look at God. And she literally has advocated for me, got me the most money I can possibly get doing a workshop in a collaboration with the Dayton Metro Library. She really has been so incredible. And that's just based off of knowing my family and where I come from, who I am. So whatever I want to do with the workshop, Dayton Metro Library gives me like full capability, like whatever I want to do, they let me do. So last year we did a workshop for screenwriting and directing. We had Emmy Award winning filmmaker Selena Burke Frenchler, and then we had another filmmaker who had worked with Oprah the previous year before. Her name is oh my God, her name is Kayla Ware. I almost forgot it. She's incredible. And then this year I'm super excited because we got Danielle Scruggs, who is the founder of Black Women Directors, which is a digital archive for Black women filmmakers and has a plethora of work by Black women filmmakers that people have probably never seen before. Please check it out. It's so cool. And she'll be joining us to talk about how Black women tell their stories, how we use screenwriting as a therapeutic method to tell our stories and to teach other people, just aligning with the theme of the festival, you know, Black women educating through cinema. And Karen Brain, who works at the Dayton Metro Library and is an archivist, will be showing footage and doing like this whole breakdown of the history of Black women in film and Black women making movies, which has never been done before. Every single thing that we're talking about and that we're doing at this festival has not taken place in this city before, in the state before. There's not a single festival in the state of Ohio ran by a Black woman that is 4 days in a row. Okay.
Wow.
So it really is a historical thing. And then everything being ran by Black women and for Black women, you know, takes it up a whole other level. And I'm so proud to be a part of that. We get to educate other Black women. I have a scholarship that I created in honor of our grandmother called the Garden of Dreams Scholarship. And last year we gave 1,500 away in scholarships to a Black woman filmmaker who's a student in the same program that I'm in. And this year we've opened the scholarship to all Black women filmmakers, whether you're a student or not, to use toward a film or school. So I'm so happy that I'm able to pour back into anybody's dream, any Black woman's dream of being a filmmaker. It really means so much to me because I wish I had somebody to pour into me. I wish there was this space before, but I'm also happy to be laying the groundwork for more spaces like this to exist and be created. But yeah, the workshop will be so much fun. I'll be teaching it,
Hey.
Which I'm excited about. They were like, well, who are going to be the facilitators? And I'm like, okay, I'm going to put it together. I'm going to find facilitators. And Tanela goes, you know, I was thinking you're equipped enough to be a facilitator yourself. And I was like, you know what? I guess I am. So I'll be using some of the work that I've already made, you know, or the films that I've already made to express how we do use screenwriting or teach screenwriting through personal storytelling. And I'm so excited about that because that's a dream come true to be able to teach anything about screenwriting, which is one of the loves of my life. And the next day is Saturday, and it's our tribute to Barbara O. Barbara O, who is so impactful in cinema, and she just doesn't get enough flowers. She passed away 2 years ago. Actually, it was 2 years ago, April 16th of this year. And there hasn't been any big celebration for her, and I don't understand how that's a thing. How somebody can be Barbara O, for somebody to be the lead actress in the first film to receive a nationwide release directed by a Black woman, and to live in this city and we not celebrate her.
Wow.
I wish we celebrated her while she was here. You know, I wish we took advantage of the treasures, you know, the history that we already have existing in our city. But I'm so happy that I'm able to celebrate her and give her a tribute that's really deserving. Her family has been so supportive. Her friends, Dbwff Irene Davis, who came out of the LA Rebellion with Barbara O from UCLA. She's coming all the way in from San Diego to play her film that stars Barbara O as well. And I'm so excited for people to be able to talk to Dbwff, who is a legend within herself, who I don't feel like gets all the flowers that she should. Dbwff is brilliant, and nobody makes period pieces the way that Dbwff Irene Davis does. And again, she just doesn't get enough credit for all the work that she has put into cinema. And so I'm really excited about that celebration. I know a lot of people haven't seen A Diary of an African Nun, which Julie Dash, it was her student film at the time. It's a student short film. And it's an incredible film because obviously she went on to make Daughters of the Dust, which was the first
Yeah.
film by a Black woman to receive nationwide release. And then A Powerful Thing, which was shot literally in Yellow Springs. And so it has its own roots here, celebrating its 35th anniversary. It's going to blow people's minds. I don't think people, every time I watch a Zainabu Irene Davis film, I think, how does this exist? How did she even like rap? How did she
Yeah.
make her mind come up with a concept to make a film like this? One of her films got selected or went into the Criterion Collection, which is a huge deal, last year, called Compensation, and it's about a deaf couple falling in love. So there's simultaneously subtitles that are
Oh,
signing,
wow.
and then also words that we can read, and it's just brilliant, and it's all black and white. It's
Wow.
beautiful. So, yeah, if you haven't seen Compensation, it is on the Criterion Collection. Beautiful film. Um, and yeah, so I'm just excited for people to see Zainabu. I'm excited for them to see her and celebrate her in person. I'm excited for people to celebrate Barbara O and all the work
Yeah.
that she's done. So Saturday is going to be a really special day for me, and I'm really looking forward to that for sure. And then, of course, Sunday, we close out with the 30th anniversary screening of The Watermelon Woman, which is a groundbreaking film for queer folks. She's the first uh, lesbian director, Cheryl Dunye is, to have, again, a wide release and a feature length film.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's just unapologetically black and gay and beautiful. And right before those, for the screening of The Watermelon Woman, we'll have films playing by queer directors from our hometown, from this city right here. I'm so happy about that. So yeah, it'll be Sunday will be a treat and a perfect way to close everything out. A perfect way to celebrate um, using cinema as an educational tool. And once everybody sees everything, every film, they'll understand exactly why we chose that theme and why everything connects the way that it does.
Yeah, so I am so excited for this festival. Just look, I didn't want to look at because before, I think it was earlier this week, I was going to look into one of the short films. I think it was A Powerful Thing, but I'm like, let me relax. I think I want to be fully present and immersed when you play it. So I think I'm gonna hold off on trying to look into these things. But even just reading the descriptions, very powerful films. And when you think of, like you said, like Black women are some of the most amazing storytellers and how they put these
They
stories
are.
together. Yeah, so I'm just
Yeah.
excited to see this year coming to fruition. You got a pretty jam-packed year this year. Some amazing guests.
I'm
Like it's some
crazy.
amazing things going on. And just seeing you, even just being around you for all my life and growing up and just seeing, like I said, that I've always known you to be a creative and even just inspiring myself in a lot of ways when I want to create. Because I think the biggest thing for me is I get really insecure about my work and just putting it
Me
out and
too.
saying, okay, like this is for everybody now and not just for me. It is very hard, but just seeing how you're able to create and put things out unapologetically, telling your stories, even with that, man destroying film of Zohali and the
Yeah.
alienation film, how it goes into
Yeah.
even your own story of how you said you felt alienated in your experience.
Yeah.
So you've just been a huge inspiration for me, Angie, to
Oh,
just
don't make me cry.
create and just, be myself. Because I mean, as long as I know you, you ain't afraid to be you and say what you
Never.
want to say and do what you want to do. Well,
Yeah.
we back there showing me the time limit thing again. But I'm so excited. So, guys, y'all know what's going on. Again, May 21st through May 24th, this film festival will be going on at the
Yes.
Neon and then also at the Dayton. Which Dayton Metro Library is it?
It's the West Branch on 300 Abbey Avenue.
Okay, yes. So make sure you guys get your tickets. Follow LIF_podcast on Instagram. I'm going to be posting all the updates to this and links to where you can buy the tickets. And also follow Dayton Black Women Film Festival on IG. It is Dbwff.
Yep, just Dbwff.
Yes, follow them on IG so you can check out everything that they're doing throughout the years and, of course, for their annual film festivals. Again, Angie, thank you so much. I was really nervous for my first interview, but you made it so easy. I love talking to people who also love to speak, and just you can just tell how passionate you
Oh,
are
thank you.
about what you do. So you made this easy for me. Thank you so much, gang. I know it was a little ghetto running out of time via Zoom.
The time wasn't ghetto, it was my children.
But
So
that's
I
okay.
appreciate your
That's
patience
okay.
with that, really, truly. This was so much fun. I was looking forward to it so much. I was. I think you're an incredible interviewer because only
Oh,
a good interviewer can make a person just keep wanting to talk like that. So always keep that in mind as you go into your next interview, that you got it, Jenny. Can't nobody take it away from you. And that's what we have instilled in us. That's where we come from. We are powerful women. We are women
yeah.
that are supposed to change the world and make an impact. So nobody can ever take that away from you, ever. And you're right
Yes.
where you're supposed to be.
Oh, thank you so much. That even just made me a little emotional thinking about, where we come from, and then grandma and what
Mm-hmm.
she has, instilled in us. And I think you talked
Yeah.
about a little bit how she's even now helping your dreams to come true. So
Yeah.
I'm just so
Which is so
excited.
crazy. Yeah.
Yes, and you my first interview, you my cousin. We just out here creating and doing things. So I'm
Hey.
just excited to see what you gonna do. So yeah, guys, y'all do not want to miss the film festival this year. I will be in attendance, so definitely come out, support Black women. If you know somebody interested in film, anything in the film world, you don't want to miss the film festival, and definitely do not want to miss being able to register for that workshop. And again, like I said, I'll be
Yes.
posting things, so make sure you get your ticket, register for that workshop. Again, thank you, Angie, for this. I'm just
Thank
excited
you.
to see everything that is happening in your life right now. I'm just privileged to have a front row seat, because getting the interview might not
Same
be this
here.
easy. This time next year for next year's film festival. So I'm glad I got mine in. It won't be
Pray
this
and hope.
easy.
Let's
So
pray and hope that
so
Ryan Coogler is coming to town next year. Let's
yeah.
do
So
that.
I'm excited. We gonna be seeing sinners next year at the Neon with Ryan Coogler. So I'm excited. I'm excited.
All right. I love you, Jenny. This was incredible.
Yeah, okay. All right, LIF. Thank y'all for listening to Listening is Fundamental. See y'all.